Okay, welcome to day 4. And today I want to touch on a few aspects of, I guess, getting in shape that I feel are overlooked and neglected by a lot of people and not really spoken about. So obviously day 1 we looked at your eating plan, how to set that up. Day 2 we touched on my non-negotiables for your workouts and how to set up a workout plan for the week. Yesterday we touched on a bit of mindset and your why, why you're here, why is it important to you, and what is it you want to achieve. And that's that stuff's all fantastic. But today I want to touch on some of the stuff that isn't really addressed too much. So there's 3 or 4 things I'm going to go through. Firstly, I want to touch on something that's called NEAT. So NEAT, which stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. You don't need to know what that means really, but what it basically is your daily activity outside of exercise. So just walking around the house, inside the office, up and down the stairs, whatever it is, that's all additional activity that helps keep us in shape. Now, I know some of you out there are running around after kids all day long, which I can imagine is hectic. Whenever I'm home with my nephews, it's carnage, and I'm only there for a short time, and literally it is carnage, so I know how active that can be. But for those of you out there who don't get many additional steps in a day, it's something that you need to look at, and it's something that is hugely important in terms of the overall ability to change your figure. Now, there was a study done recently, a big study actually, and quite conclusive. And they actually did study how many steps, because I know we've all heard the 10,000 steps a day rule, but it was actually how many steps a day are needed to maintain your weight. So not go up, not go down, just stick as it is. And bizarrely enough, that number is 7,116 steps is what it takes daily to maintain your current weight. So that's something you need to bear in mind. If you're not active, if it's a case of going to a desk, sitting down most of the day, getting your car, driving home, and sitting at home on the sofa. It's very easy to do, especially where we are in the world. Very easy not to get the steps in. So again, it's just something you need to be aware of. We all have activity trackers on our phones these days. Every step we take is counted. Bizarrely enough, crazy enough today, I've done something like 18,000 steps. But I guess I'm in an industry where I'm on my feet most of the day, as are some of you. So you may well be getting those steps in, which is perfect. So if it is, don't worry. My phone just went on a low power mode, so I'm not sure if it just cut out or not, but I'll keep going. So yeah, if it is, just keep doing what you're doing. So NEAT, just additional daily activity, moving around as you do in life. The second thing I want to look at or touch on is recovery. Now, everybody, when they get into a workout routine, is happy to do the workouts. They're happy to put the effort into the gym or the home workouts or whatever it is, or go out and do more and more and more and more, and more is better. More isn't always better. Especially when you think that a lot of what we're doing is by exercising, that is a stress in itself. So all we're doing is compounding extra stress on top of stress that we live every single day, be it work, relationships, driving in a car, somebody cutting you up, having an argument, having a disagreement, your phone ringing all the time, your emails coming through all the time. It's non-stop. These little spikes of stress every single second of the day. And working out is a stress. And yes, we have positive and negative stresses, and it can be classed as a positive stress, but it's still a stress. And to do it without breaking, without having a break, doesn't make sense. So I'm sure you've all heard of fight and flight response. A lot of it's spoken about when it goes back to caveman used to run away from tigers and things. Okay, yes, there are stress responses, and we are prone to a lot more than even our parents, grandparents probably were, with the invention of mobile phones, the internet, everything going on TV, everything is 24/7. But the one thing I want you to just, again, become aware of is that your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, has 2 sides to it. One side being the sympathetic side and the other side being the parasympathetic side. Now you would think with a name like sympathetic, that's a nice side, but it's not. That's your fight, flight and freeze side, the responses. And your parasympathetic is your rest and digest. Now we want to be on the rest and digest side as often as we can. But more often than not, we live in a sympathetic world. So we're stressed, we're fighting something, we're freezing, we're metaphorically freezing. That's what our body inside is doing. It's what our hormones are doing. Things being released when they shouldn't be released, but they're just chronically being stimulated again and again and again, day in, day out. And like yesterday's workout, I gave you something that's more restorative. So the cardiac output work, getting your heart rate to 130, 150 beats a minute for a long-ish time frame, or the mobility work, whichever you did, doesn't matter. If you did both, great. If you did one or the other, perfect. So we've got to throw in those restorative days. We can't just smash ourselves every single time and expect to get better. We don't. We don't get better when we're working out. We get better when we're recovering in the downtime. And a little test you can do on yourself if you remember, and this is to check, again, there's more ways of doing it and more advanced ways of doing it, but an easy way to do it is when you wake up in the morning, when you roll over, grab your phone, grab your heart rate free app that I mentioned for the cardiac output work, and just check your resting heart rate on waking. That should be low. In an ideal world, we want it around 60 beats a minute, which you may find is quite low. You might think that's low. Not anything above that, the higher that goes away from that 60 beats a minute, the more and more stressed you are. So if you're waking up stressed, if your body's under stress when you wake up, there is something wrong. And it's something you need to work on. So be it meditation, be it journaling, grateful log, be it yoga, something that's de-stressed a bit, go for a massage, doesn't matter. Something in your life that you can put into your lifestyle that helps you to de-stress and work on bringing that heart rate down so that when you wake up in the morning, your body isn't already stressed. It's in a more recovered and rested space. And that brings me to the third point. There are only three, which is your sleep. Again, sleep is one of the most underutilized recovery and improvement things we have. It's something that's built into us. Circadian rhythms are built into us from thousands of years. Your body meant to wake up when it gets light, and it's meant to sort of chill out when it gets dark. Again, you can see my apartment, bright lights, my computer screen, phone screen here. It's all giving the body senses to be awake. At the time when you look out the window, it's pitch black. So we, again, falsely put ourselves in this position of, I guess, staying awake. God, it's where we live. I mean, not where we live, it's life. So it is what it is. But there are things we can do to mitigate that and improve our sleep, because we have horrendous quality sleep. The people I speak to, nobody has, very rarely does anybody have quality sleep. Head hits the pillow, lights out, asleep. Next thing you know, you wake up in the morning, that's it. As if, great, ready to jump out of bed. We all wake up tired. The snooze button has become the favorite thing in the world. Snooze, an extra 5 minutes. Snooze, extra 5 minutes. So you get out of bed, the last possible point before you absolutely have to get out of bed. Then you're in a rush for the rest of the day because, I'm going to try and grab some food on the run, make breakfast, I've got to get the kids ready. Oh, stress. So, what you can help yourself with that, again, these aren't always easy, but again, just be aware of them, is one, take the electronics out of your bedroom. If not that, cut off your mobile phone. So put it on flight mode, at least turn off the Wi-Fi. Again, the waves from Wi-Fi internet are meant to be damaging, well, not damaging, meant to interfere with sleep. So it's an easy win. Turn your phone off, put it outside the room, take your TV out, or turn the TV off at the main switch. No residual light either, so we're gonna make the room as dark as possible. So if you can get blackout blinds, amazing. Not practical, I get sometimes, but at least an eye mask. So eye mask on, try and cut out any residual light. Phone's off, like I said, TV off, even the little red dot in it can be disruptive. Dark, bat cave, and no electromagnetic fields in your room. Again, not easy. Try and cut back on your screen time the later it gets. So the nearer you go to bed, just try and wind down. Try and figure something else. Have a conversation with your partner. Read a book, something that isn't involving screens. And I'm guilty of it. Netflix, TV series, I'll watch one more, easy. But it's disrupting our sleep. Again, in the morning as well, if you can get into a routine, wake up, again, maybe start your day with a glass of water or something. If it needs to be coffee, it's a coffee. But glass of water, add in something like lemon or lime juice, that can, adds a little bit extra twist to it. And yeah, so 3 things to focus on here. I've forgotten the first one. I'll come back to that. Sleep, recovery, important. Oh, no, there are 4 things. Sorry. The 4th thing, balance. Training life balance. It's all very well and good putting the effort into the exercise. It's all very, very well and good putting the effort into your food. But you need to have some balance because it can't be everything. It can't become part of your life. For 90% of us, it isn't our lives. So why try and make it everything? Living a healthy lifestyle, great. Change your habits to a healthier habit base, great. But you need to have some non-negotiables that are yours, things that you enjoy doing. So if it's date night, a glass of wine, great. If it's just going to the cinema, having some popcorn, brilliant. If it's going for pizza on a Thursday evening or on the weekend, great. If it's having a glass of champagne at your daughter's birthday, brilliant. Stick with it because life is more fun than just working out and eating a certain way. Not that eating that way has to be boring, but it sometimes takes a little bit of planning, a little bit of cooking ability to make things flavoursome all the time and make up different varieties of food choices. So yeah, again, workout/lifestyle balance, key. And actually, I want you to do some homework. I want you to post for your situation, a non-negotiable, something that you have to keep into your life that means that you can maybe change some other habits and improve your figure. So it's not take everything away and add new stuff in. It's keep the stuff that you're happy, it makes you who you are and your life what it is, but start to change some other things like you already have. The water intake's going up, the food choices are becoming better, exercise is being done that hasn't been done for a while. It's all positive steps. And that's all this ever is. It's positive steps in the right direction for a consistent amount of time. And it's making it part of your lifestyle. So those choices won't become thoughts down the line. They'll become automatic choices. They'll become habits. You'll be like, oh yeah, I'm automatically going to make a better choice than maybe I was 6 months ago. It's just the way it's going to start working. Yeah, again, I think that's it for today. Balance, recovery. I've completely forgot what I spoke about. Let me just check my notes. Non-negotiables. Yeah, that's it. I can't think of what I spoke about at the beginning, but I'm sure I'll post about it. Cool. I will see you later.